What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today I've got a Premiere Pro tutorial for you to show you how to do this effect. So it's basically just a hand comes in, grabs the character, and then to sell the effect, I've made the hat fall at the end. So let me show you the filming process. This was how I filmed it. So first initial scene is just the scene that you had seen, is the scene where I sit down. So what I've done here, just to mark out whereabouts I'm gonna be dragged, you'll see I move my body to the side, which never really even got used, but it was just good to do that so I knew where that was coming in. Here, as you will see, I kind of check whereabouts my legs and my head is in comparison to the camera, which is something we're going to use later. So then once I've done that, a few attempts, I tried to throw the hat on the sofa, and funnily enough, the one that worked ain't this one. It's the one where I've got it on my head here. Funnily enough, this is the one that worked. I just liked the way they bounced off the back of the sofa too. Gave it a bit more motion. So now I'm coming close to the camera and I'm going to put my hand in front. You can see I get it wrong a few times, trying to get the angle right. And then now I'm just trying to make sure, see here I'm not close enough. I'm just making sure, with that knowledge that I had earlier of where my head to where my legs was, I'm just making sure that my hand covers up that whole place, and then I'm coming in and grabbing like that. And I believe this is the one that I used. It was that one. That's the basis of the whole filming process. And then let's go into Premiere Pro, and I'm going to show you how I sold the effect a bit more. So initially coming into here, I've just put a back template. I would always do that. Film the background of where you're going to be for say 10 seconds, just so you can have this as a template, which we'll use later. On top of that, I've just placed the footage where I go and sit down. So then if we come over here, so the hand now, the hand was a tricky one. I initially put it into After Effects, as you can see, just to cut it out. You can do that in Premiere, but I just find rotoscoping a little bit easier through After Effects. If you don't know how to do that, there's loads of great tutorials on how to rotoscope. But then initially this part of the hand is actually something that I cut out. So I just had this, and then I've animated it. If you go into the effects controls, you can see here that I've actually animated it so it just comes in, because there was a lot of problems with the rotoscoping, and to be honest, this was just quite a quick video that I put together. I didn't want to spend too much time on it. So that's the first part, is cutting out the hand and then basically placing it over the first clip. I have then, if you see here, you can see a little cut. Obviously the hand also cuts, but it doesn't look like that when you watch it back. But I've then cut out, is it this part? Yeah, the legs. So I've literally just put a pair of legs at the bottom. I've moved them with the hand, and added some motion blur to it just by using a directional blur. Yeah, so I didn't actually go into After Effects to make the motion blur or anything. So the next thing I've done to really sell this effect is, if you can see right at the bottom where my legs are, there's a shadow, and all I did for that is the same footage. I've used the same part of the hand, and then I've vertically flipped it so it matches, and then I've just used a crop to feather it, so the crop's only up to here, and then I'm feathering it, and then I've tinted it to make it black. and then literally I've put it on overlay mode at 23%, and that was just about right for me. So then from the hat bit, this is why we have the back plate, is for moments like this. So I had it, but there was two initial problems. If I take the crop off, the first initial problem is you can see me on the left of the screen, and then if you can see just there, if you look close into the mirror, you will see my head appear. So to make sure that none of that disrupted the illusion, I've just put one crop around where I was, so that's where that is, and then you're just seeing basically the back template in that part, and then the second one is just literally over the mirror, so then it looks like no one is there. Obviously you can vary it, there's a lot of different things you could do, and you could always go into way more detail. You could have maybe made the shoes stay there as well, like the flip-flops, they could have fallen off as well, and all little things like that. So guys, that's the basics of this edit. If you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff, and if you do use this to make some content, please tag me or send it to me, DM me, whatever, at JGoodsUK, and yeah, I'll be happy to give feedback, all that kind of stuff. Have a blessed day, have a great week, let's go.